Wareham Forest.
Lovely, doesn't it?
Wareham Forest, a forest of distinction. Take a look at this, because we've also seen this particular pair of birds bringing in some vegetable material as well. Look, here, one of the adults comes in and sticks it into the mouth. The baby screams, and then it takes it back out again.
We heard at the end of last week about a bird. Chris is going to start sobbing now. We heard about a sighting of a fabulous bird. Have a look at this. Go on, Chris, tell the story.
Well, this is Cly, and I can barely bring myself to speak, really. I mean, I know boys don't cry, but I'm close to it here because I didn't see this. This is a male redback shrike. It, for me, is one of the most splendid birds in all the world. And also, one of our researchers then went up there the next day and saw it in glorious sunshine. She's a bird-mad girl, Ruth, and she had an absolutely amazing view. Let's take a look at our blue tits. This is live now, and you can see that they're all still in the nest. Probably, or likely, because we've had a rainy day here. And you wouldn't want to fledge nine little chicks out into the sort of weather that we've had today. But they have been really active. If we take a look at this, this is what we've been looking at throughout the course of the day. There's been lots of activity.
Amazing sound, that, isn't it?
Never enough practice when it comes to beating the wind. Tell you what, look, let's take a look at what we saw earlier, the attention that was being given the nest, because then you will be able to identify the species as a willow warbler. There we are.
Such a pretty little bird, the classic bird that gets called... Oh, hang on, watch this, watch
this.
No,
this is brilliant.
That was
very resourceful.
So that fly was just at the edge of the nest. She spotted it and thought, well, I'll grab that as well as the caterpillar I've got.
To start another nest with another female somewhere else. But there's no doubt that the upstairs room here is productive when it comes to wrens.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Springwatch, coming from a glorious Pensthorpe in North Norfolk. And what a difference a day makes. Yesterday, this was damp, dreary and raining. And today, we've had hot, hot, hot. Take a look at this, because all of our habits... It's not easy, is it, being a bastard?
Oh, don't fancy you. Oh, ridiculous. Come on.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Now, look, clearly... That male wasn't only indulging a plastic passion, all of its courtship was working for the females, and we're...
Can you actually be a poo hunter if you don't have any poodles?
I don't know. I have to say, sometimes they're very good and bring it back in the pouch. Other times they just roll in it. Yeah, I know. I don't want to talk about that. But look, there's one thing we didn't mention in the film, and that's another value that this stuff has. Here's some otter brain. It's gone through a process of disintegration, I'm afraid, but it's very, very valuable because you can extract DNA from it. To be honest with you, I don't think they're going to be in there that much longer. Let's take a look live now at the nest and see if there's anything happening. They are still in there.
Very quiet and sleepy. You can just see a bit of tuft.
And a pheasant feather there, look, that you can see. That little nest, although we've had a very poor view of the inside, is neatly lined with feathers. But I think there's every chance, I'm afraid, that they're going to leave over the weekend. Probably, and unluckily for us, 10:15 Saturday night or something like that. You know.
Yeah. Of course, there was all this trouble, this battle for this little space, mainly between these shell ducks, and they got really stressed out, didn't they?
They were going round and round and round, chasing those shell. I've got to say it again. Pike, 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 pike. We had 8 species in the space of just an hour. We had pike, we had perch, we had barbel, we had dace, we had roach, we had minnow, we had gudgeon, we had chub. 8 species on my... I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I know what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking, why can't I be you? That was fantastic. I mean, sometimes it's really good to wish impossible things, isn't it? I mean, you just wouldn't imagine.
But the ethos behind it is actually quite important. I know, I saw that barn out of the corner of my eye too.
Just flew down there. Sorry, carry on.
Because it's designed to celebrate not only great naturalists, it's more than this. It's people who've gone a step further. Can we see it again? Can we just see the male again? Hey, cop that, honestly. Just like heaven. Just like heaven.
Now, will you stop? Because we need to go over to the scrape. Now, is that jackdaw just being curious, or has he got his mind on other, rather wickeder things?
Definitely got his mind on other things. I think if these chicks were a little bit smaller, he'd be in there and it would be all over in about 17 seconds.
Well, let's go live to our greenfinches now. They are actually looking fine, although, Chris, we haven't seen the adults coming in very much. I mean, I don't think there's any cause for concern, or is there?
No, they're looking good. They're in the, the hang hanging garden of ivy, and yellow is earthworm. So on Tuesday, the incidence of earthworms has gone right up because they were taking advantage of those worms on the surface there. And then today we've got the appearance here of the frog, and the birds have dropped off completely. Now, I mean, this worm appearance here could be a short-term effect if it doesn't stay wet. But they've had pied wagtail, chaffinch, robin, all sorts of things. In fact, our story developers have been so diligent that I've been able to produce a bar chart. Kate, would you hold that?
I'm glad you called it a bar chart this time.
It's the wrong way round.
Oh,
now stay close to me here. Looked like it was just about to come out, and that one looked like it could have been infertile or not properly incubated, anything. Well, that was Friday. I'm in love with our little mini cameras because they give us extraordinary views that otherwise we could never see.
Chris, apparently this isn't unusual, that swallows are not terribly decisive fledgers, shall we say? Well,
basically, at this time of night, they're thinking, let's go to bed, and the safest place is the area around the nest. Take a look at this. Feast your eyes. How beautiful are you?
And just to show that clever conservation can work, Chris.
I'm always jumping someone else's train of thought, and this, I've got to bring a map in here. I needed a... This is actually not a live picture, but it shows these little chicks still doing the walk, that one.
Well, you see, you may say that, but most people who think of flies just think of killing.
An Arab stallion that belongs to a friend of mine has been plagued this year by tabanid flies, which are really bad horse biters. And it's the badgers, and there they are, out in the woods. Mark Yates has been out diligently every evening, baiting them in with all sorts of things. Peanuts, banana fishbone sandwiches, you name it, he's had it out there. Hello and welcome to the final Springwatch of 2010, coming to you from Pensthorpe in North Norfolk on a glorious night like this. Oh, cupped in the palm of my hand like a little fire in Cairo. It was fantastic. If I'd had one of those when I was 14, 15,
just imagine.
16...
I mean, look at that. Isn't that just a glorious, happy family? What's that? I said no graphs.
But it's not a graph.
No, you know what?
It's
not today. You know, sometimes you just go a little... You can't let it drop. Sometimes you go too far. Just drop it.
Charlotte sometimes said that as well.
Yeah, I'm sure she does. I'm sure... Look.
Unfortunately, though, the other team got...
69.
Yeah!
Sorry, Chris. Sorry. Well done, team. Nice one, mate. Sorry, and you. Good stuff.
Oh, you're so happy, aren't you?
I like your style, though, Chris. My team was
Really
great.
good. OK, I concede. Well
I had
done.
the best three.
Imaginary.
Look, boys, you know, we've got to get on.
It was amazing. I see roe deer everywhere, and it was an amazing insight into their very private lives.
Leaping through a lullaby. You big softy.
Good night.
See if you
I'm
can do
not
it.
doing that.
No, come on,
No, that's a really horrid kind of... It's what you do.
Go on,
It's
go on.
like-
Just have a little go.
No, why?
Come on, just
What?
go on. Oh, that's not very good, is it? See if you can improve whilst you're looking at this. How beautiful are you?
How am I looking? And they're huge!
The best bird in Britain, and we've got it on camera. I'm in love with our little mini cameras. Pike.
Brace yourself now for the first time ever on Springwatch, a blue movie.
See it? The sun
I
glinting.
can. Slightly looks like a chicken from here.
Oh, smell that. Well, you can't, can you? Because it's TV. I'm sitting on a rather lovely rock. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of...
I don't fancy you.
Just like heaven.
Top bird.
Forget your lady busters. You've bagged yourself a Buchanan.
Should volunteer for more of this sort of work.
Kate, I'm losing all feeling in my right foot.
That was fantastic.
Love it to bits.